Did you know that according to the U.S. National Institute on Aging, 1 in 3 people over the age of 65 is silently losing leg strength every day without even realizing it? Signs like having trouble standing up from a chair, feeling unsteady while walking, or getting tired legs after just a few minutes of walking are often blamed on getting old. But in reality, there is a hidden cause that few people notice. It is the fruit sitting in your refrigerator. According to the latest research, some fruits that seem healthy can actually raise blood sugar, trigger silent inflammation, and break down collagen. These 3 effects gradually weaken the muscles in your legs and thighs. If you have ever felt concerned because your legs no longer feel as steady as they used to, please stay with me until the end of this video. Together, we will explore 7 common fruits that may be silently taking away your control with every step you take. Please comment below with your country and your age. I read every message and will suggest the most suitable fruits for your body. 1. Watermelon. On hot summer days. Nothing feels more refreshing than a few slices of cold watermelon, but few people realize that this fruit, which seems so healthy, can actually be harmful to your legs, especially if you are over the age of 60. The problem is not in the taste. It is in how watermelon affects your blood sugar and your muscles. Watermelon has a glycemic index GI of up to 80, which means just a few bites can spike your blood sugar faster than white bread. When blood sugar rises too quickly, your body must release insulin to manage it. But in older adults, the ability to regulate insulin often declines. This leads to a rapid spike and drop in blood sugar, which causes fatigue and low energy. And without enough fuel, your already weakened leg muscles cannot function steadily. On top of that, watermelon is made up mostly of water and fructose. While fructose may sound natural, once it reaches the liver, it gets converted into fat, especially if you already show signs of fatty liver, a condition that is common in older adults. When the liver becomes overworked, it cannot convert energy efficiently, which leads to muscle fatigue, slow recovery, and weakening legs. A study published in the journal Nutrients in 2019 followed more than 1,000 older adults and found that those who consumed high amounts of fructose from low-nutrient fruits like watermelon had slower walking speed and noticeably weaker grip strength. So do you need to quit watermelon completely? Not necessarily, if you really enjoy it. Try to eat only a small portion, a few small bites after a meal, and it is best to pair it with a bit of healthy fat, like Greek yogurt or a few almonds. This helps slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. 2. Fruit juice. Have you ever started your morning with a glass of orange juice, apple juice, or a fresh fruit smoothie? For many older adults, that might sound like a healthy choice, but the unfortunate truth is that juice, even if it says 100% natural or no added sugar, can be a silent reason why your leg muscles are getting weaker. The issue lies in fiber. When you eat a whole orange, the fiber in the pulp helps slow down the absorption of sugar into your blood. But when you turn it into juice, nearly all the fiber disappears, leaving behind a liquid form of sugar that is absorbed very quickly. For seniors, this is a serious concern because the body processes sugar more slowly with age, making it easier for sugar to build up and disrupt insulin balance. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism in 2021 found that older adults who regularly drank fruit juice had a 22% higher risk of insulin resistance, and their rate of muscle loss in the legs was up to 21% faster compared to those who only ate whole fruits with skin. The problem is not just the sugar. When sugar from juice is absorbed too quickly, the body experiences a temporary energy overload followed by a sudden crash. As a result, The muscles, especially in the legs, do not get the steady energy they need to stay strong. You may feel tired in your legs, find it harder to stand up, or notice your legs feel more unsteady than before. Here is something few people notice. Juice does not make you feel full like whole fruit does when drinking it. You may unknowingly consume 2 to 3 times more sugar, and that excess sugar often turns into fat stored in your belly and thighs, exactly the areas that need to stay light for good balance. So what should you do instead? Choose whole fruits with the peel, especially fiber-rich options like apples, pears, or berries. And if you want something refreshing to drink, try water infused with lemon, mint, or cucumber. It is still cool and pleasant, but it will not cost your muscles their strength. 3. Canned fruit. Do you remember those jars of fruit soaked in syrup that many people keep in the pantry for convenience? Slices of peaches, pieces of pears, or mixed fruit cocktails may seem soft, sweet, and easy to eat, especially for older adults. But in reality, this is one of the biggest sugar traps that can slowly destroy your leg strength day by day. The problem lies in the syrup surrounding the fruit. Most canned fruits are soaked in syrup rich in fructose, a type of sugar extracted from corn or sugar cane, which raises blood sugar very quickly and very high. When you eat this kind of fruit, you are not just taking in the sugar from the fruit itself, but also from the syrup it sits in. Even worse, most of the fiber and vitamins in the fruit are lost during the canning process, leaving behind a dessert that is sweet but nutritionally empty. A large study published in the journal Nutrients in 2020 found that older adults who ate canned fruit 2 times a week or more had a 38% higher risk of losing mobility. Scientists discovered that the high sugar levels in these foods led to chronic inflammation in muscle cells, which weakens the mitochondria, the energy center of your muscles, resulting in slower recovery and greater fatigue. Also, during processing, canned fruits are usually peeled, cooked, and stored for long periods, which causes a major loss of vitamin C, potassium, and folate nutrients that are essential for strong muscles and bones. So if you think you are eating fruit, you're actually eating a mix of liquid sugar that harms your muscles and joints. If you have a habit of eating canned peaches or fruit cocktail after dinner, try replacing them with fresh fruit or unsweetened frozen fruit, and keep the peel on whenever possible. These choices are not only safer, but they also help keep your thighs and knees more flexible and strong. Up next is a very small fruit that seems like a healthy snack, but may be silently inflaming your nerves and stiffening the connective tissue in your legs. 4. Raisins. Raisins. The tiny dried fruit often found in cereal, bread, or healthy snack packs have long been trusted as a wholesome treat. But if you are over the age of 60, raisins may be silently causing serious damage to your connective tissue, nerves, and leg strength. First, understand this raisins are simply dehydrated grapes, which means all the sugar from fresh grapes is now concentrated into a much smaller volume. Just 1 handful of raisins can contain as much sugar as a candy bar. Meanwhile, the fiber and water, 2 key elements that help slow sugar absorption, are almost completely gone. After age 60, the body's ability to process sugar declines significantly. The pancreas becomes less efficient, and the muscles become more insulin resistant. This means blood sugar levels spike quickly after eating and are not delivered into the muscles in time to be used as energy. As a result, leg muscles tire more easily, recover more slowly, and gradually shrink. It does not stop there. Raisins also produce compounds known as AGEs, advanced glycation end products. These are byproducts formed when sugar binds to protein in the body. Ages are especially harmful to collagen and connective tissue because they cause these tissues to stiffen and lose flexibility. The result: ligaments in your knees and ankles become less mobile, causing dull pain and an unsteady walk. According to a study published in the Journal of Gerontology, older adults who regularly experienced high blood sugar spikes after meals had weaker leg strength, slower walking speed, and were 30% more likely to lose balance compared to a control group. And that is not all. Raisins are often processed with vegetable oil or sulfur-based preservative sulfites, two ingredients that can trigger inflammation in the digestive tract and disrupt immune function in older adults. If you enjoy the chewy texture and gentle sweetness of raisins, consider switching to a few slices of fresh apple with almond butter or a small handful of blueberries. These options are lower in sugar and rich in antioxidants that can help protect your nerves and restore collagen. 5. Pineapple. Pineapple is often seen as a fruit that cleanses the body, supports digestion, and quenches thirst. Its sweet and tangy flavor makes it a favorite among older adults, especially after meals. But very few people realize that if eaten frequently, pineapple can silently weaken your leg muscles, cause silent liver inflammation, and disrupt energy metabolism in seniors. The problem starts with its very high fructose content, while still a natural sugar. Fructose does not enter the bloodstream directly like glucose. It must be processed by the liver. In people over the age of 60, this process slows down, especially if the liver already shows signs of non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, NAFLD, a condition that currently affects more than 60% of older adults with prediabetes or diabetes. According to a report from Diabetes Care, when the liver has to handle too much fructose, instead of turning it into energy, most of it gets converted into fat. This fat not only builds up in the liver, but also reduces the liver's ability to store and release glucose for the muscles, especially the calves, thighs, and hips, which are key muscle groups that help you walk, stand up, and climb stairs. Pineapple also has a glycemic index GI of nearly 60, which is much higher than fruits like oranges, strawberries, or apples. This means that after eating pineapple, your blood sugar rises quickly, triggering an insulin spike, which can leave you feeling tired, drained, or shaky in the legs shortly after. Many people also believe that bromelain, an enzyme found in pineapple, has anti-inflammatory effects, but in reality, studies show that these effects are mild and inconsistent, especially in older adults. Meanwhile, the negative impact of high sugar levels is much more noticeable and reliable. If you enjoy tropical fruits, try switching to ripe papaya. It contains less sugar, more fiber, and also provides natural anti-inflammatory compounds that are beneficial for people with joint inflammation. Coming up is a fruit known as the king of fruits, but if it becomes too ripe, it can turn into a real sugar bomb, stiffening your joints and reducing leg muscle density in just a few weeks. 6. Overripe mango. No one can deny the rich, sweet aroma of a ripe mango. During summer, a slice of golden, soft, juicy mango that melts in your mouth can be hard to resist for both the young and the elderly. But if you are over 60 and frequently eat overripe mangoes, you may be unknowingly accelerating joint aging and gradually losing muscle density in your legs. A fully ripe mango can contain up to 45 grams of sugar, which is more than a can of Coca-Cola. When a mango becomes very soft and fragrant, its levels of fructose and glucose rise sharply, while the fiber which helps slow down sugar absorption drops significantly. This causes a rapid rise in blood sugar, followed by a strong and sudden insulin response, leading to fatigue and weakened limbs. According to a study published in Frontiers in Endocrinology in 2021, older adults who consumed large amounts of fructose-rich fruits like ripe mangoes had a 32% higher risk of losing leg muscle density, along with noticeably slower walking speed after just a few weeks. That is not all. The process of glycation when sugar binds to proteins in the body becomes more intense when blood sugar is frequently high. Glycation hardens collagen and reduces the flexibility of joints, especially in the knees and ankles, making movement more difficult and painful. Many seniors may feel that their legs are heavy or that they can no longer lift their feet properly. In addition, ripe mangoes stimulate the production of AGs, which are compounds known to inflame nerves and reduce balance and reflexes in the legs. People who often experience numbness, cramps, or a loss of sensation in their toes may be suffering from this very effect. If you love mangoes, choose ones that are just barely ripe, still firm, and not yet oozing juice. Most importantly, do not eat mangoes alone on an empty stomach. Instead, pair them with Greek yogurt, walnuts, or ground flaxseed to help reduce the spike in blood sugar. Coming up next is a very common fruit, believed to support digestion and rich in potassium, but it may be silently weakening your thigh muscles and reducing your legs' ability to recover. 7. Overripe bananas. Bananas have long been considered a convenient, easy-to-digest food that supports digestion and provides potassium, an essential mineral for muscle function. Many older adults have a habit of eating a ripe banana in the morning or after meals as a healthy dessert. But in reality, when a banana becomes overripe, with a strong sweet flavor and dark spots on the peel, that is when its negative effects on leg strength become most noticeable. An overripe banana contains a high amount of easily absorbed glucose and fructose, with a high glycemic load. This means that just minutes after eating it, your blood sugar spikes quickly, followed by a surge of insulin, and then drops rapidly. This roller coaster can leave you feeling tired, unfocused, and like your legs have run out of fuel. More importantly, according to a study published in Frontiers in Endocrinology in 2019, older adults who ate diets rich in fast blood sugar-raising foods, including overripe bananas, had a higher risk of losing thigh muscle strength, balance, and endurance during physical activity, in addition to affecting blood sugar. Overripe bananas also lack certain essential amino acids and magnesium, two nutrients that help muscles contract properly and keep nerves functioning steadily. This explains why some seniors, even without intense physical activity, still experience leg cramps or fatigue, especially in the afternoon. For those with reduced kidney function, eating too many bananas is even more concerning. Excess potassium, if not cleared efficiently, can cause mild heart rhythm disturbances, muscle weakness, and slower movement. If you enjoy bananas, there is no need to give them up completely. Just switch to bananas that are slightly green or just ripe. When the peel is still evenly yellow and free from brown spots, these bananas are rich in resistant starch, which slows down sugar absorption and supports digestion, and avoid eating bananas on an empty stomach. Instead, pair them with peanut butter or a few walnuts to balance your energy and keep your legs feeling strong and steady. Now you know the problem is not always that you eat fruit. It is which fruit you eat, when you eat it, and how you eat it. Many people believe that weak legs, sore knees, and unsteady walking are just a normal part of aging. But the truth is, your body still has the ability to recover if you choose the right foods and eat them the right way. Today, You and I explored 7 common fruits that can easily disrupt blood sugar, cause silent inflammation, break down collagen, and weaken leg muscles after the age of 60. Some of them may leave you feeling tired after just a few steps. Others stiffen your joints and reduce ligament flexibility. And some that seem good for digestion may actually make it harder for your legs to recover day by day. The good news is you do not need to cut out all these fruits. You simply need to change how you eat them, when you eat them, and what you pair them with. For example, instead of eating overripe bananas with brown spots, choose bananas that are just ripe. Instead of drinking fruit juice, try whole fruits with the peel, paired with a few almonds. Or simply, instead of soft, ripe mangoes, go for lower sugar fruits like apples, pears, or berries. Even one small change a day is enough to reduce inflammation, balance blood sugar, and help your leg muscles recover better after movement. If you found today's content helpful, please subscribe to the channel and share it with your loved ones, especially those who may be struggling with their legs, joints, or mobility. We will continue bringing you science-based, easy-to-understand guidance, specially designed for older adults on nutrition, movement, and natural remedies to help you maintain your health, independence, and clear mind every day. Which of the 7 fruits are you currently eating? Share with us in the comments below. We read and respond to every message because when it comes to your health, every step matters.